LED decorative and outdoor lighting solutions. Check out our webpage, www.caribbeanledlighting.com.
Good morning, Vaval Central is on now. Vaval Central and the Caribbean Sound is sponsored by the Carnival Planning Management Committee, the Carnival Music Management Committee, Creamery Novelties, Live a Little, Harris Paints, the Champions of Color, the Computer Store, Strong Players, Good Morning Quartz, bringing value home, Grace Tropical Rhythms Juices.
Get ready, St. Lucia. Lucian Carnival 2025 is on, and this year it's bigger, brighter, and bolder than ever. From Calypso to Soca, Junior Carnival to Juve, and Panorama to Pageantry, every event is bursting with non-stop energy, ecstasy, and vibes. Come catch the rhythm on Carnival Monday and Tuesday with views that only Lucian Carnival can deliver. It's the ultimate summer escape. Feel the vibes, embody the spirit. Lucian Carnival, nothing is sweeter than that.
It's the National Primary Schools Calypso and Soca competition, June 5th from 9:30 a.m. at the Mindu Phillip Park. A day of fun and entertainment for the entire family. Tickets are $20 for adults and $10 for children. Don't miss this celebration of youth, talent, and Lucian Carnival spirit. June 5th from 9:30 a.m. Feel the vibes, embody the spirit. Lucian Carnival, nothing sweeter than that.
Are you a small business owner looking for dependable IT support? Then look no further. TCS has the solutions to all your IT needs. Our experienced and qualified team of IT professionals has all your IT solutions. We provide wired and wireless networking, point of sale solutions, network security, data backup and recovery solutions, desktops and laptops, computer hardware and software, computer accessories, inks, toners, and much more. Don't let IT solutions cripple your operations or your ability to serve your clients. Call us today at 450-4638 or visit us on the ground floor of the American Drywall Building at Vidbute. The Computer Store, meeting your demands in the IT world.
Experience Carnival with Quartz Ready Cash. Enter to win $10,000 cash when you take a loan for $3,000 or more. Get the cash to purchase event tickets and costumes. All you need to apply is your ID, payslip, recent job letter, proof of address, and 2 references. No security required. Flexible payment terms, quick approval, and hassle-free. Visit us in-store or apply online at www.quartz.com. Quartz Ready Cash. Ready when you are. Promotion ends June 30th, 2025. Normal criteria and special conditions apply.
Oh, I've got this feeling to high-five the sun, dance in the rain, and have my scoop of fun. I'm on my way to flavor my day with something new, and I've got room for you. Let loose and live a little, get close and share a little, give in and taste a little. You'll fall in love with creamery novelties. Love life and live a little, get close and share a little, give in and taste a little. You'll fall in love with creamery novelties.
Enjoy Creamy Novelties ice cream, distributed by Ferrens Foods. Live a little.
Who's a little man with a lot to offer? He is the Harris Paints man, who sells the best for less in so many colors. He is a Harris Paints man, for a better paint and a better price. Check the little man for some soft advice. If you're raining inside, outside, you'll be satisfied when you use Harris Paints. If you're raining inside, outside, you'll be satisfied when you use Harris Paints.
Join the rhythm, enjoy the flavor, the taste that you savor. Share with your friend and your neighbor, the taste that you favor. Join the rhythm, enjoy the flavor, the taste that you savor. Share with your friend and your neighbor, the taste that you favor.
Grace Tropical Rhythms, join the rhythm.
Distributed in St. Lucia by Acado Limited.
January, we're coming to you as Soca the Ultimate Tent in collaboration with the CMMC present Big Bad Soca. Sunday, June 8th, Larissa's Court featuring Kuya, MTJ, ASAP, Cadell, Sadell, Jeff Too Funny, Young DP, Ready Groovy Monarch, Sly, and more, all backed up by the Impulse Band. There's only one Admission $25 at the door. This isn't just a fete, it's a movement. Sponsored by Lucelect, Quartz Ready Cash, Hairdra, Lucozade, Campari, Duas, KFC, Island Sound, Vibe Radio, UTV, Hot FM, Blazing FM, NBC, and Radio Caribbean International. This event is licensed by Echo.
Friday, July 18th, Darren Sammy Cricket Ground.
All you put your hands in the air if you love sweet soca music.
Color Me Red.
Somebody say sweet soca music. Oh my gosh. This is the thing to change the world. Watch and sing the words with me. Go. When I'm feeling under the weather, you just make me feel sweet. I take cocoa tea using sugar, and together we are complete. Pick me up. Only you alone can put fire back in the soul.
Early bird tickets are $135. General admission $150. VIP $500.
Color Me Red. Darren Sammy Cricket Ground.
Yo, I could never let you miss how she did. Miss how she did. Girl, I'm coming home, I will see you again. Hold me through these nights I'm dreaming.
Color Me Red.
What's up the fire? Bubbling it, bubbling it, bubbling it over. Crazy.
Friday, July 18th, Darren Sammy Cricket Ground.
Color Me Red. It's your cocoa tea and
Color Me Red tickets are available now at Steve's Barbershop, Radio Caribbean International, The Cell, TM Antoine Partners, Red Team members, and FourCirclesTickets.com. Color Me Red, the greatest love.
And we're back from that section of the Caribbean Sun. Good morning, Teddy.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Iowa. Good morning. How are you, Iowa? How are you?
Good, soldier. Blessed.
Yeah.
Good to be in the land of the living. I feel great, soldier.
In your blazing red shirt, boy. Your favorite color?
Oh, yeah.
Red shirt.
For sure.
Was always your red color from a little boy? Oh.
Yeah.
Iowa Rankin. Good morning, Vaval Central. Good morning to Rosemary Paris, representing the mass. Good morning, Sonia Sifley. Just for you, Rosemary Paris, a mass maker, senior and junior. Rosemary. Bring your mic close. Come closer to your mic.
Closer to the microphone, Rosemary. Yes.
Junior Carnival Band and Queen for Fusion Mass.
The Queen for Fusion. Oh. You are the senior band ever with Shambhala and dancers?
1 year, but mostly juniors.
1 year and you leave that alone?
Yeah.
You decide. Yeah. You decide. You leave that alone.
Kiddies here.
Yeah. Better, Iowa?
Yeah, but much better.
We going along. Good morning to Vaval Central. A big day, a very important day in our carnival in St. Lucia. An important day in the culture of the country. What's today, Iowa? Primary schools.
Primary schools.
Calypso and soca, the nursery, the breeding ground over at the Mindo Phillip Park, the original Mecca, Iowa. That's where it all happened, all the great history, all the great memories. So back to there. Jan, what you doing? The staff not ready. So the kids back at the Mindo Phillip Park at Marchand, where it all happened. An event that has spawned so many big names, starting from the mighty Pep came through the school system. People like Buffalo, Bingo, later on Caro, T. Caro, and Jen Caro, Tricky, Lady Siaks, and lots more who came through that school system, really being a little mini factory for talent. And important that the graduation happens, them going to the next level, to the senior level. And so we have that primary. They'll be starting at 9:30 with the Calypso and indeed soca. And tomorrow is the secondary, the bigger ones with the primary and secondary. The soca aspect of the competition catching social media on fire. Persons really interested with the tunes, the videos, the schools going the extra mile to promote it. And so a welcome addition by all indication from the schools for this edition of the soca music. The defending groovy monarch, Sly. What's his name, Iowa? His proper name? His government name?
Sylvester.
No, Sylvester. But he'll be here in a while. He'll tell you. He'll read out to you again. He will be here. A lot to hear from Sly, who has really caught the imagination of the public and indeed the music fraternity, the soca world, with his fantastic productions and contribution. He's defending his groovy monarch title. He blew the competition away last year, although the judges said by only 1 point. It looked like he blew him away. Arthur, who had been a rock, toppled maybe for the first time in actual competition. He being toppled. And so we're looking forward to the we're looking forward to the contributions there. Sly will be here to tell us his whole story where he's at. Everyone looking forward to what Sly has to say, how he's ready for this year's defense of the title. And we also have the Calypso coming through, and looking forward to the Fire One. We'll tell you about Fire One last night and play some of the new music in just a bit. And looking forward to the weekend, as we said, the schedule showing KPT on Friday, the South Calypso tent, the second trip up north to the city. They're coming in full force, says their leader Tony Wilkinson, on Saturday night. They had a very good showing in their first outing, and also on Sunday. A nice little push for them just before the Monday holiday. What's the holiday for, Iowa? The bank holiday. What's it?
Corpus Christi.
Oh, God. Corpus Christi is Thursday, Iowa. Whitsuntide. Yeah, right. Whitsuntide. And what's that for? What's celebrating? What, you know?
I think it's a religious holiday.
All right. We'll deal with that later. Huh?
Yeah.
So before the holiday, that night before, we in fact have the takeover tent. So it's Fire One went last night. We have KPT on Friday. Saturday, South Calypso tent. And Sunday, we have, I'm sure Charlo started like a 6 o'clock hour. Always a holiday, so you don't need to do that. And then we're going on to the holiday the following day, and next week is serious business. They go into competition. Quarterfinals next week. You say the carnival is far away. Next week is quarterfinals, and of course the soca judging continues. The announcement Monday morning. Vaval Central, in who make it to the semis. 20 in each category. 40 have qualified for the quarterfinals in each category. Groovy and Power, and then 20 in each will be announced on Monday morning. Vaval Central, if you want to hear the results, you listen. If you don't want to know it, you don't listen. All right, Ivan? Vaval Central, good morning. We continue with lots more action, and of course, the weekend, Friday afternoon limes, after work, great success. Point Seraphim starting, there's Drive at Point Seraphim from 5. Up north, we have Maury's starting at 5 o'clock with the after work lime artists, bands, and all aspects of carnival. And also at Barnard Hill, the Old Monroe College at the bottom of the Cultural Center, just below the Cultural Center, there is the Expressions Carnival Band, Barry George, with a very successful, very popular lime on afternoons after work. So there's the uptown, downtown, midtown, all about to go for artists and lovers of carnival. We're starting first though, as we get ready in a while to go on to Fire One with their contributions. A gentleman who's caught the attention of the Calypso loving public from last year. This year he's coming to his own. They're raving about this one from Ashe from Takeover Tent.
On Vaval Ashe.
Oi, 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 oi. Good night, everyone. Hope you're having a good one. Oi, ay, 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 ay. You know the devil? Sly like a fox, Don't let him get in your box. I met the devil one night in disguise. No fire, no pitchfork, just charm in his eyes. He scrolled for a feed, sipping his black tea. He said, I don't burn, I tread, watch and see. But listen, he whispered, your kids don't need hell to fall. Just give them a screen, I'll handle it all. The devil don't need no hearts to fool. No flames to burn, no demons to rule. He's slick in a suit, or viral on screen. He's hiding in comfort, clean and unseen. Hey, the devil don't need no hearts to fool. Listen, he's the one who says bullying is cool. He sells you dreams but takes your voice. He won't force you, he gives you the choice. So open your eyes, this ain't no beef. Listen, the devil's real smooth and he's good with teeth. Hey, so much of like is it? They won't take me for. Why, please have loud with me. But listen. Just all right now. He showed me a school with no books, no voice. Where tests replace stream
Fear was a choice. He laughed as a youth, dance pain away. Said they perform for me every day. You think I need chains to keep them bound? When validation cheaper and always around. The devil only know how to fool you. No flames to burn, no he wants to rule. He's slick in a suit or viral on screen. Let me tell you, he's hiding in comfort, clean and unseen. Hey, the devil only know how to fool you. He's the one who says bullying is cool. He says your dreams but takes your voice. He won't force you, he gives you the choice. He's polished in pose, disguised in streams. He rewrites the truth and sells it in memes. Hey. Who can say who to sell this a Bibla? Who's a Chabla some Bibla too? I share. Why, yo, 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 yo. Banana, banana, he pointed to leaders selling fake hope. Let me tell you.
Ashe and Vaval Central, Teddy.
Yes, Ashe in contribution in the takeover 10 day on over on Sunday evening. As we said, Sly is expected here in a while. We have Rosemary Paris to talk about her junior mass and her own band and indeed the approach and the progress of Kiddies Carnival. Persons making their way, we are told the persons already making their way to the Mindofella Park, the schools arriving for what is expected to be a busy day, a good decision to have the primaries have their own day and then the secondary schools have their day tomorrow. We're getting ready to run the music from the some of the new music from last night over at the tent held by Fire One. Reddy had some new material, as did Solange, who's back in from North America. Which one first are we going with? Reddy?
We're going to ready first. Place for them on Vaval Central.
Don't worry when you see them in town. With the corrupt mouth and doing wrong. Them with dirty hands practice evil. Invoking demons to harm people. Those who hate to speak the truth, liars with arrogance, looking at two and trippy suits, but underneath is a crook. Spilling innocent blood, killing without fear of God, wicked men. Well, he has a plan for them. Tell me what place for them. It be like a fire and sun for them forever burning, all night and all day. Place for them, ready. What place for them? No escape from judgment and karma. Their own judgment evening. No one will get away till I hear the murderer. He has prepared the right place for them. Imagine where Sukuyo. He has prepared the right place for them. And the broken white collar. Surely they will pay a different on judgment day. Whoa, 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 whoa. They're burning. They're burning while they're burning. Yeah, 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 yeah. Central. Not an ounce of goodness in their hearts. Day by day just they're making trouble. Well, for them the hits go be double. Molester and rapist haven't everywhere not risk. But some lawyers big business, parasite on hypocrites. The wickedness all day, all night, all they need they praying amen. Well, he has a place for them. Place for them. Tell me what place for them. In the lake of fire and sulfur, they're forever burning, all night and all day. Place for them. Tell me what place for them. No escape from judgment and karma, their own judgment evening. No one will get away till I in troublemaker. He has prepared the right place for them. See rapist, child molester. He has prepared the right place for them. Throw in the greedy lawyer. Surely they will pay at the punch on judgment day. Whoa, 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 whoa. They're burning. They're burning while they're burning. Love you, sis. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Ready on Baba Central. Place for them. Ready?
Reddy is an interesting one last night and delivered well, sticking to her two verses. Of course, however, we see the teasing and the taunting. The build-up is about peaking at the right time ahead of, it's a longer season, one layer added. They normally had two tenths, one opening 10th and straight to quarterfinals, then semis. Now they have 2 10s before quarterfinals, so the artists pacing themselves. She also slowed down her contribution with Run. You'd no doubt heard that a Lisa Iowa, and getting an anchor from the crowd. The response growing to her material in the season, and so that the idea, as we have said so often on the program, is about peaking at the right time. Some in the past have peaked too early, and some have released too late. A classic example being Ashanti when he sang that Caribbean Unity, I remember, and he chose to release it the night of finals, and he just didn't pick up, didn't connect enough, while many others that we have often referred to here on this program have released too early and peaked by second, 10th, and fallen flat as early as semi-finals. So the balance is there. That's part of the intrigue, part of the approach and strategy in getting to the big crown in the end. Solange is back from North America, as is accustomed the last few years. She last night spoke about what her true ambition is, what her objective is, what her really aim, and what's important to her.
My ambition on Vaval Central.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? Woo! Solange, girl, I wrote your song. I find last year you come real strong for the crown. Yes, you could have take the crown. Solange, you had your ups and downs. You have been knocking for so long for the crown. Yes, you could have take the crown. Thanks, I appreciate the sentiment. I give it my blood, sweat and tears. Started with Ambassador Stent. I've been at this for many years. This is not for glory or fame, neither for papi show or for game. I do this with honor, just to uplift Calypso name. This is not for crown. This is not for crown. No, I do this for the people, for the poor, the meek and the humble. This is not for crown. No. So if I lambast the government, well, that is not for crown. If I expose foolishness in parliament, then that is not for crown. But if I say that the government is the best, well, that is for crown. And if I only ministers will pass every test, then
that is for wrong. You see, my only ambition is to be like Papa Veda, a crafty Calypsonian. My intention and mission is to be like Educator, a true Calypsonian. Solange, lyrics and melody, the soul, the rhythm, the harmony is for Krong. Yes, you should have taken the Krong. Solange, you full of energy with great performance ability for the Krong. Yes, you could have taken the Krong. Thanks, I hear everything that you say, and I humbly tip my hat. But it's not only about winning, to me it's much deeper than that. I don't do this for family or friend, to come on stage to fake or pretend. It's because of my love for an art form I will always defend. This is not for wrong, no. This is not for wrong, no. I do this as a songstress for those in Calypso jail who are voiceless. Corruption and injustice, well, I put in them evils on notice. Not for wrong, this is not for wrong, no. So if I sing bad white collar crime, well, that is not for wrong. And how the politicians robbing the treasury blind, well, that is not for wrong. But if I say that the government is on top, well, that is for wrong. And not a single minister is corrupt, then that is for wrong. My only ambition is to be like Mighty Pep, a genius Calypsonian. My intention with passion is to be like Lady Lynn, a melodic Calypsonian. Good morning, Vaval Central. I wish to see integrity.
Solange and Vaval Central, Teddy.
Solange, as we call her, Solange, back from Florida. Welcome back, Solange. Due to pass through on Vaval Central thoughts. And in addition to the Calypso scene, always at least adds a little flair and personality, a little excitement. Solange, never a boring act, and a welcome addition to the Calypso feel, adding diversity in the offerings and the packaging on stage. Solange, former radio announcer, media, former carnival queen of St. Lucia too, and having done well regionally. A queen in her own right, really a giant of the culture, is Rosemary Etienne. As we tell you, we're getting ready for Sly. Sly is just about here with us to speak about his defense of that groovy crown. One of the greatest new finds and new additions to the Calypso scene, the soca scene in St. Lucia, is Sly, as Joanne could let him come through to join us here. Welcome, Rosemary Etienne. You represent the mass. As we say good morning to all, you know, your children. You have any children taking part in the Calypso?
Morning, Teddy. Morning, Iowa. Morning, listeners. I got involved in mass in 1975. Mm-hmm. That's when I first started playing mass, and I love the creativity in the mass. So in 1989, I formed Shamaline Carnival Band. We existed for 15 years, and we shut down after that because everybody moved on. Mm-hmm. So COVID came. So I decided to reopen under R&E Junior Carnival Band. I love the creativity, and I find for the juniors, I'll always stick to the junior mass because this is where the creativity is. I always tell people I'm not a feather person because I don't see any creativity in feathers. You have feathers hang up and two little things hanging, and for me it's about creativity. So this year we open, for our theme this year is emotions. And with emotions, there's color and there's shapes.
Right. So instead of the feathers, what you're approaching in building and so on, what's your...
We use a lot of fiberglass.
What design you use?
A lot of fiberglass and aluminum rods. It's very light.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very, very light. So that it's easy for the kids to carry.
Remember the old mass camp, mass camp in Georgeville. That was a hub for culture. Not Georgeville, New Village. Yeah.
New Village.
The house at the entrance of New Village, the hub for La Boca Wheat.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys too were part of presentation for Calypso. It really was a cultural hub.
In those days, we used a lot of molding, a lot of molds to make the backpacks, which make it much easier for the kids to carry. It's very light. But this time around, we use a lot of fiberglass rods and aluminum rods.
Right. And so tell us about your portrayal this year.
Our theme this year is emotions, a world of shapes and colors. For every emotion, there's a shape and there are colors. So we went with emotions. The eyes we see, what we see through our eyes. We see anger, we see hope, we see joy, we see sadness, we see purity, anger, peace, love. And we build around that, we shape our emotions around. This is what our eyes see. And so far we have 10 sections. The band is almost 150 revelers in all.
Wow. 10 sections?
Yeah.
That's good. The numbers are back up. The numbers, I know after COVID there's a struggle to get the numbers back up. It look like it's looking healthy.
Yeah, because I approach not the Castry schools. I go to Babano, I go to Moshi. Ancillary.
Okay.
Ancillary has a new carnival band coming out this year, Super Sisters Carnival Band. And I help them. They just started this year. That's the first year, and I help them to do the prototypes and stuff. So they will be joining us in Castries.
The Ancillary band is a new kiddies band or
a
senior?
new kiddies band. Okay. That's the first time.
Right.
But the sad part about Junior Carnival is so hard to get sponsorship. Everybody tell you the same letter, so many people. I try hard not to look for sponsorship. I always try my best throughout the year to raise my own funds. So when it comes to that, and I always leave space for disappointment.
Okay.
Because sponsors always turn you down. Everybody say no, they give the big bands and...
You find it not responding to the
junior?
No,
not responding to the
juniors.
Not
even the
kiddies
friendly products? What about the Peter Malt, the snacks?
No, we didn't get through this year to Peter Malt. Okay. They said no.
I understand that they're sponsoring the overall carnival.
The overall, yes.
Well, a plea here is very, very important to build the mass.
It's very difficult very difficult for the juniors to get sponsorship. I guess they prefer to give the bigger bands.
But you sense it has built back since COVID, after COVID. The bands
yes,
are
we did.
back?
I don't really depend solely on sponsorship. I try to raise funds monthly as soon as carnival is over, because I leave one carnival to go to another carnival, to Trinidad's carnival. So after one is done, I leave, and it's my sisters and my husband, that's my team.
Right.
And a few section leaders, that's my team. I have a very small team.
So you do small events for fundraising?
Fundraising throughout the year.
I'd like you to point out to all players in the carnival, tent leaders, band leaders, that you cannot be depending on
sponsors all the time.
Sponsors and or governments.
No matter how small the fundraising is, at the end of the year, you have enough to start you off. And I always tell people, prize money is not my personal money. Prize money is for me to start the following year. I always try to pay my bills before carnival is over. So whatever I get in prize money, I use that for me to start along with my fundraising.
Yeah, but you see, I'm very strong on that point. When I've had to adjudicate over who gets sponsorship or not, you need to show a slate of efforts on your part to raise funds. A government or sponsor not supposed to underwrite your band or your project or your Calypso tent. You need to show your own efforts in raising funds over 12 months. It's 12 months.
12 months,
to get that going. So it's a good approach that you have.
And it works for me. They tell me I'm old-fashioned, but it's working for me. It's working for me.
You've been there a long time, a very long time.
And our best sponsor this year is the Taiwanese.
The Taiwanese help you?
Taiwanese help us. We have Henry's Bakery from Leclerc. We have Shori's Garage. And we have little small people in between that help us. No matter how small the contribution is, we appreciate it.
It's important people come and you have a mass camp still?
We have a mass camp. We have a very small mass camp. And that's the beauty of Carnival. Without a mass camp, that's a highlight, that's a beauty. That's why you get all the excitement done. You see things come to life.
Right. I remember my early days, lots of long nights between class mean mass camp, and also my aunt at my grandmother's place had a section for years, so I really understood the mass, the creation of the mass.
We don't do long nights, sir.
Long nights.
I'm not able with that 11 o'clock and daybreak thing. So my husband works throughout the day.
Right.
And when I come in, my sisters come in. I always plan what we do, what they have to do every single day. And on the weekends, we work through the weekends. So I always have a target. I always have a plan, and I always manage it.
Yeah. I see that
So I did it.
you've carried the costume in recent years. You
For
carry-
Fusion, the last 5 years I've carried mass for
Right.
Fusion.
How have you placed a number of times?
Yes, we're always in the top 3,
Okay.
top 4.
I see you in Trinidad too, following the Trinidad Carnival. As proud and happy.
Yes,
to see you.
I play mass in Trinidad. Yes, for the last 3 years.
You
And
carried
I've
a costume
done.
there too?
I carry Queen for
Okay.
Exousia Mass.
That's good. That's good.
And the first year I did for Big Mike for Legacy.
Right, yeah.
And the last 2 years I did for Exousia. It's a wonderful experience. That stage, I've watched that Savannah stage for 20 years plus.
And now you're there.
And I got the opportunity to be on it. And Trinidad Mass is so much different from ours. When you come backstage, they ask you about your costume. Teddy, you can leave me. I can mount up my costume on my own without the help of my husband. And they ask you about the costume, what it's built of.
Right.
They judge you for aluminum rods, fiberglass rods, molding, cane. And they judge you on all those things, and you get prize money. And on the road, you have to pass 3 judging points, both days, Monday and Tuesday, on the road, and they judge you on the road. Each point they judge you. But it's a wonderful experience in Trinidad.
We're speaking of veteran mass maker, band leader, band owner Rosemary Etienne, now Rosemary Paris, in case you're just joining us here. Really a massive contribution to the mass and also spreading her wings regionally and beyond. In the wings, listening attentively, is Sly, the reigning soca monarch. He'll be on in just a bit to tell us all about his preparation and his career, where we at. So Rosemary, how many other bands are there in Kiddies this year?
There are 8 kiddie bands this year.
8 Kiddies, okay.
8 juniors.
A healthy number.
8 juniors.
for them.
Hopefully all come through.
You don't want too many, so spread it thin. 8 bands, hopefully it will grow. A caution for everybody, the music. Here's Rahul, the photographer, a nice little note to all bands, junior and senior. Is he says for the shots are so important of the beauty of drone photography. He has had some marvelous shots gone viral, but it'd be nice if they dress up the trucks. It's a good point, that when he takes the shots, it jars the artistry when you have ugly looking trucks in the middle of the shots. And so if they could do some basic dressing of the trucks, it helps with the image as he goes through. Nice plea from Rahul, the photographer. So band leaders, keep in mind, drape at least some fabric over the trucks so it looks decent. I see the CPMC setting a good example on the school tour. The vehicles are well branded. They are totally branded. Commend them for that. So there's no ordinary minibus dropping the artists. Every vehicle, the music truck, branded and well wrapped, setting the example. Rahul, photographer, asking that the bands do the same. And so you ready? Your final word to sponsors, to the public on the mass, where we stand up, what you'd like to see?
Sponsors support the juniors because it's a start. I mean, take one banner and grow with them. Junior Carnival is on Sunday, July 13th from 10 a.m.
Right. We're looking forward to that, and we're having a number of your band leaders. Of course, you'll come back with your costumes when you go outside in the next week or so to the big yard. But Rosie is staying with us, swapping seats with Sly. Just exchanging seats with Sly. Sly, I was trying to guess your proper government name.
Sylvinus Charles.
You right, Iowa?
Sylvinus
Charles.
I know it was a seal something.
Yeah, that's why this slide there.
Yeah.
We're playing first. Sly has a lot to tell us on his defense, his career, where he's going. You shared the live already?
Yeah, man.
And then you the IG live, right?
Yeah.
Which one?
I did Facebook.
Okay, we're going to you in a while. But Twatine, your favorite artist, Iowa, he has something, a nice play. He said he's taking the credit. Was it phone credit or praise? Which one? His praise or his phone credit? Let's listen.
Twatine on Vaval Central.
It's a commercial calypso. He's coming for them, you see.
Why you treat me like that?
Central.
On credit back then, for trading Julian, so anti sell, data public sell, just no signal fall. I can make a call, I blame the system. Why?
They take the credit for Julian.
I don't have no plan. Why?
They take the credit for Julian.
I don't understand. Why?
They take the credit for Julian.
Breaking news, you need to stop that. I'm sorry, you have no credit left. Why did you do that? Why? I wonder why.
Morning Vaval Central.
President to ace, like to Malpal. the credit for Julian. That ain't never true. Why? They take the credit for Julian. They lie on Juju. Why? They take the credit for Julian. Breaking news. You need to stop that. I'm sorry. You have no credit left. Technical director send his own partner to witness history France instead of me. Try to call Juju, but wouldn't go through. So I asked them why they take the credit for Julian. I can't even text why they take the credit for Julian. Sizzla say affects why they take the credit for Julian. Breaking news, you need to stop that. I'm sorry, you have no credit left. Why? Why? I wonder why. To see them fellas collect my flowers, going all around, playing chaperone. They don't have no shame in taking me name. So I asking them why they take the credit for Julian. Do all the hard work. Why they take the credit for Julian? Although so I broke. Why they take the credit for Julian? Breaking news. You need to stop that. I'm sorry. You have no credit left. Why? Why you treat me like that?
Twatini on Baba Central, Teddy.
Twatini, you like it, Iwa?
Yeah, man, I love it.
You
I
check
love
the,
that youth.
You check the vibe, what he's saying?
Yeah, they're taking the credit because he had something to do with Julian.
Something to do, you taking the credit too, man.
Yeah, but
something to do.
But that's why I tell you.
I mean something to do. You had a lot to do.
Why said I
Oh,
deliberately?
you are playing words too. You're hidden meaning. Iwa, you're easy, you know. Iwa, you're good, you know. You're good. Twatini, who had an immense contribution to the development, the discovery, the growth of Julian Alfred, and hinting there in that song that is not some persons, that's Power GT, but a lot of Power GT. Who you think that? who you referring to there?
Well,
but you also playing that he take his phone credit, you know.
So I feel it's the service providers.
You think that is only leave it at that? They play the other they are going around playing chaperone. Who is get that peacock there? But you see, if you look at the photo, some people, you know, like chaperone everywhere she go. Why Tatine not easy. In intercommercial, you know. Problems intercommercial. There is a tune, and so he released his song early, first song to release for intercommercial. Twatini Cup, but modest. Interesting offering, and he says he's ready. He's going all the way with that one. They take my credit, and you have the beep, you know, when the credit run out, right? You have effects on the track, you know. Good morning to his name again. I was Sylvanus Charles.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh boy. I was about to say Sylvester.
No.
Sylvanus.
Yeah, Sylvanus.
Sly, they didn't know your name. That's a nice tune. They didn't know your name 2 years ago. Now they know that.
Yeah.
Bishop remember the name, eh?
Yeah.
Remember the name.
I think I might have to say it a few more times because not everybody know it yet.
Yeah,
So we
but
still
they didn't know the name Sly either a few years ago. Yeah, a little youth from Piero, V2 they have mixed up and don't know much of yourself. But in the big league, the big yard, they won't take him seriously yet. But his stamp is a sorry. Tell us, Sly.
I'm guilty of that.
You guilty of that? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it is. You know, we still working on that. You know, we're still working on that because at the end of the day, you want your name to be, as an artist, you want your name to be a kind of a household name.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you still having doubters, even though you accomplish certain things. You know, some people once you do it, some people say it's a fluke. You know, twice you do it, some people say you're probably lucky. You know, so sometimes it is the third time, as they say, third time is the charm. Maybe that's when we'll really stamp the authority that we really want to stamp.
Right.
Yeah.
The slide tell us persons are hinting, guessing your prowess as an artist. They seem the whole gamut there. You obviously striking us as very good as a composer. You compose most of your music, all these tunes?
Yeah, so a lot of my music, I have an input in it unless the producer actually sends the beat.
Right.
You know, I put a lot of my own
but the writing,
the writing is everything is me. All my writing. The only song I've sung in my entire career was one where I dropped this year with Ocean, where she wrote the entire song, Copper. But all my songs in my entire career has been I've written all my songs.
Impressive.
Dumb Proud Lucian as well. The music for Dumb Proud Lucian, I came up with the chord, the ideas for the music. A lot of my songs, I even can't believe it. I just got the beat from Islands, but the brass parts, I came with my musicians, asked them what to play, the bass line, the steel pan, So yeah, I have a lot of input in terms of the music as well.
Yeah. That point is a separate point. People have been clamoring for that. They're now, for persons who are not so close to the rhythms, where one producer gives one beat, as it were, and different people sing on the same beat. But they're asking that people do more with it. They're not so similar as you go through. Don't let the rhythm drive it, but also some more melody, more parts on the rhythm. So good that you go in that direction.
That's one thing about me. It's good to be on rhythms, right? It's good to be on rhythms with other artists, and you sometimes find that the beat is just a constant thing. And you don't really get. I've listened to some dancehall songs where you hear a lot of artists on the beat. They probably have one or two that might change up the beat. I heard that Movado has done that and Serrani has done that. So I think it's something that we can at least add into the soca arena as well. Because a lot of songs on the rhythm, they are big because the rhythm is a big rhythm.
Right.
You understand? And if you were to take the song out of the beat, like it almost is just a flat song. Like you said, it's the rhythm driving it. So at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, what can you do? What can you do? How can you be creative to make your song stand out? Both in lyrics, both in melodies, both in the music itself, because you can get permission from the producer as well to make your little alterations, your little tweaks. So that's one thing I love about our production with Islands, especially. He gives us that leeway. And then we come to him with our original ideas as well. So I like to stand out. I like to have my exclusive beats, like to me, because it has a lot of my intellectual property in it, like in terms of my input. So it's almost like it's very sentimental to me. So I like to work. I like to work like that.
So you've had tremendous success. You've blown the country away. Almost an interesting development where you've won 2 Groovy Monarch titles now in about 4 years competing.
3 years.
In 3 years competing.
Yeah, so I've gone up 3 years.
1 year?
1 year, and the second, that was post-COVID when we came back. I'm not so successful in the defense, and I came back. I took a year out, just to reassess, because my first time taking part in competition, I never had any plan to compete. I never saw myself as competing at Soca Monarch. It was just my manager. When I had mix up, my manager just encouraged me, I think you can do well with that song, whatever. And it was my very first time. I had not had any practice to say, like, from any mentors in terms of handling myself on stage or whatever. It's just what I knew from hotels.
And you won.
And I won. So
the second year you got your licks?
Yeah, the second year, very, very much so. I was comprehensively beaten, so I took a year. I said, what, something I need to revise. I need to revise. So I went back to the drawing board, took notes, and came back stronger. And, I at least defeated Afro Ale, one of the biggest accomplishments, I think, in my one of the closest things I hold to my heart, because the day before the competition, my barber at Miracle 2000 in Vifort, he was like, Gasa min pou di me depa book vina the competition pia on para batli it toujours kage tout monde, so whatever. I tell him, don't worry, man, I go change that this year, and so said, so done.
I think you stunned after that. Not accustomed to being
at
all, but you came. But it's like a situation where a song entered, almost unprecedented, enters a competition relatively unknown. You virtually won that song won on the night. That doesn't happen in soca. Maybe Calypso, but it doesn't happen in soca.
And the thing is, with the two times that I've won
for the public, Dumb Proud Lucian,
and as well, even with Mix Up too. At the time when I did Mix Up wasn't the biggest song at the time. It was Pretty on Purpose. And Ricky T had another one, No Drama. Was it?
Right.
Was it No Drama?
At that time.
I think Ricky T had another one at the time. So Mix Up wasn't the biggest song going into the competition. It was a popular song at the time, but it wasn't the biggest one. Same with Dumb Proud Lucian.
At least Mix Up was popular. Dumb Proud was not popular.
It was not. It was not trending because it was more.
Night,
it was more or less like looking out for almost like independence. And even at that stage, it was Arthur coming in with 7 Times was a very popular song at the time, and Ricky T as well. Just Your Turn. Right. So we came in again as underdogs, and it felt good. to accomplish that in the sense of you defeating two very prominent figures in the soca arena with a song that that was not really,
up
so
there in the soca charts.
In the soca charts, so it felt good because at the end of the day as well, I sat with the team and I told the manager, just give me the responsibility to plan the entire production for that day. So I sat home with my my notebook and how I wanted the arrangement. I worked with Linskis, who did the arrangement for Damn Proud Lucian, and I check out Avot service for the entrance with the turbo and everything, just to give it that cultural feel and just encapsulate everything St. Lucian in it. And the end of the video as well, we had a clip where Afro put the crown on my head in 2019.
Right.
So we added that touch at the end, so it took Afro by surprise.
I did not kill Afro.
Yeah. He messaged me and he said, "Touche, man, good touch." So yeah.
A lot of thought. You are a fireman by profession?
Yes. 15 years. I joined in 2010.
Yeah. Supervisor was tired of giving you time off.
Yeah, well, yeah. I almost have to kind of sometimes sneak out. Yeah. So
in the neck.
Yeah. So he so as far as your participation is concerned, we are told that a lot of your success attributed to your being on the hotel circuit, the fact that you're performing all year.
Yeah.
You agree to that?
Yeah, well, it has to do with a combination of a lot of things. That is one part as well,
perform
because
all the time.
Performing all the time, you almost like fresh. Right. It keeps you on your toes, because it's just as demanding as performing to a local crowd when you perform to an international crowd. So and then at the hotel scene you have the guests. If you can perform for the guests and the staff, once you can win over the staff who are locals, then you're doing well. And it also does with one thing about me, I was not an outing person, going out too much. I was a more of a church boy, more reserved. But going out and seeing people perform, you add certain elements to your game. Watching performers live. I watch a lot of Trinidad competition, Grenada competition, and you pick up certain things. Where areas where you feel you can improve on yourself. So you have to do a lot of self analysis. You analyze your performance. Go back, because before the competition last year, I went back and watched my performance where I did not win.
Okay.
And I watched the performance of Afro who won. And I try to compare the two. Where did I fall short? What is he doing that I'm not doing? And again, you study the criteria. That was the first time I actually studied the criteria. The first year I did not even know what the criteria was. Right. In 2019. Right. But last year I told myself, you know what? Well, the year when Afro won, I told the manager, I understand what is being done. I understand the way he approaches the performance. And one thing I would tell a lot of the artists outside, when you build in your song, if you know you're going to compete, pay attention to the criteria while you build in your song.
Right.
You understand? Because it gives you an edge. Certain songs are built for competition, and certain songs are just built for airplay and entertainment. And I try my best. That's why I don't really put out too much music.
Right.
I don't put out too much music because the time factor is one with work and everything. I have a day job Monday to Friday, and I still have my hotel stuff doing after work sometimes. So I don't really have as much time to hit studio like. And
then there's always the fact that people say in the end your material almost competes against each other if you have too many songs.
Yes,
and they cannibalize each other.
Yeah. And that's a fact. When you want to build a repertoire, you want to build catalog, if you want to have your own show, a big set, like a 45 minute set, you want to come with you want to have a huge catalog. But then in terms of competition and having the people consuming music, because at the end of the day we give a product and it's consumption.
Right.
You understand? You don't want to force anything down anybody's throat, because at the end of the day, if somebody forcing food down your throat, you'll vomit it. You don't take it, but you have to give it to them in a way that they're able to take it in and digest it properly. But if you give them too much at one time, you find they don't know what to pick, what to choose. You must really have a banger out of the lot that you put out for it to really stick. Now, it's very difficult to market 7 songs for the season, 7, 8, promoting all the time. When you just sharing links, it becomes people attention span, it kind of short. So you don't want to give them too much where when they see one link on one status, next status they see another one, like it just almost put it aside.
Yeah.
So I think guys like Nerdy, I don't know how Nerdy do it. I don't know how Nerdy does that, man. Nerdy puts out probably like at least 6 songs out for the season, and you know, and he's one of the artists I really appreciate in terms of his pen game, his writing skills, you know, his vibe. Like from the time he releases the song, like his intro is just captivating already to make you want to hear. You know, so I big up Nerdy and whatever way he does it, his team. You know, but as for me, I don't think I'm at that place yet, you know, in my career where I can put out 6-7 songs for the season. I have music that I've not released, you know, but in terms of
production and
packaging and the way I want to market it, I don't think I want to take that step yet in terms of putting out 6 songs for a season.
Well, interesting. The point you made, I think people are agreeing that Nerdy has identified himself one of the hardworking, diligent. Apart from the talent, and he has the new, fresh approach to the soca. I keep saying the soca is evolving all the time. Man. He has really pushed it in the modern edge. You're feeling that he's really modernized it and forced other people to come that way. But also the work in the off season and otherwise, he puts in the work. Big up yourself, Nerdy.
Yeah, man.
It is appreciated and respected. The story is known of that Damn Proud Lucian song. What an experience you've gone through. Emotion. Tell me your 2 most emotional moments singing that song. There's been Julian Alfred, composition. Tell us. So my 2 most emotional moments singing that song was competition. I almost burst into tears competition because when I did the transition from I went a semitone higher with the performance. You know, when we were practicing that in the band room, the guys were like, "Boy, Sly, you guys say you sure you want to do that?" Because usually when you do a transposition of the key, or you go to a higher key or semitone higher, it's usually the band that leads the music and then the singer joins. But if you listen to my performance the way I did it, I had to go a semitone higher and then the band follows because... You could still sing that line?
Yeah, man.
Let's hear it.
Because
for the public to understand.
Yeah. So it was, I am a damn proud Lucian, represent the land where you from. I am a damn proud Lucian, proud Saint Lucian, and I go raise the flag till I die. And then I go into, I am a damn proud damn. Like, you know, you bring it up a semitone. So I was the one leading and then the band followed. You know, so when I did that, when I told them that's what I wanted to do, everybody in the band room, the police guys with the brass, they were like, boy Sly, that is the finals, bro. You sure you want to do that? I tell them, fellas, you see, I can do the thing. I am able to do it because when you sing a song like George Benson, he said in neon on Broadway, right? He transitions to a semitone higher. So I sing that song and I know what a semitone sounds like, you know. So it was easy for me to do it. And then when we did it at the rehearsal, they were like, "Yeah, boy, okay, yeah, man. If you can execute that on the night, that was very good." And then on the night when I executed it, like I got chills while performing, and it was just the confetti just made the moment very, very, very immaculate. And the second time, like I was very emotional singing that song was the day on the square when she won the gold. She had just won, and they had me on standby, you know, as soon as she won. And man, that feeling was
feeling emotional.
Yeah, man, that feeling, it was just an emotional moment.
Yeah, and down in history that Julian Alfred season gave your song a new life,
new lease of life.
But your views on so much going. What's the views like?
I think it's close to 400,000 on in about just a little over a year.
Right, going and pushing through it, that song. Do you feel that you represented the South in all your efforts? My friends in the South have a lot to say about that. They see you as a champion of the South. Is that important to you?
Very, very important, because I personally I share the opinion of I don't want to be misunderstood in what I'm going to say. I think when you from the South, you at a disadvantage, and I'll give my reasons. Some of the major radio stations in the North, when you have to do interviews, you have to travel to the North. The shows, a lot of the shows, you have to travel to the North. Rehearsals, you have to travel to the North. Competition, you have to travel to the North. And your support is affected, because when people have to consider the time they have to leave to get to the show on time, to get your performance, and then to wait for the results, and then to travel back down, it kind of deters a lot of people. In as much as they want to support you, we have to be real. You know, people have their responsibilities back home, they rest, some people have to go to work the following day. So it can kind of puts you on a back burner at a disadvantage in a sense. And
1 second, next slide. Time check 9 o'clock. Time check brought to you by Ferrens Foods. Continue.
All right, yes. And as well, a lot of the revelers in Carnival, the partiers, the big corporations. Majority of them are in the north. So I've been certainly advocating for at least a few parts of the competition in the south. Maybe semi-finals, get a southern venue that can and give in football there is always that home advantage, and when you go up, you come in against Rickety, you come in against, and sometimes you're the only person from the south. You understand, in the competition. Like last year, I think I was the only person from the south in the competition, and it was just it is a bit difficult, because at the end of the day, if Rickety has his supporters or Arthur has his supporters, Nerdy, they will not. You'll find it hard for them to come and cheer for you.
Not as much.
Not as much. You understand? And that's one of the things I was more pleased with Dumb Proud Lucian, the reach that it had. You were able to, even though you were fond of Rickety, you're a St. Lucian. Even though you were fond of Arthur, you're a St. Lucian. So it I think that one worked in my favor. But on the south side, I think the south, we need some more support, because even in the south, it's areas of the south I am more.
Wait.
Yeah, so I'm from Bellevue, but I live in Peru. I built in Peru. So even in some areas in the south, you want to. We're still working on being bigger in the south. You understand? So because we don't have as much partiers in the south, so because we're just trying to bring back V4 Carnival on a level, and doing all that. So yeah, man, my goal is always to represent the south, man, because I feel we have a lot of talent. Last time
but to be pointed. Some persons, I think, impose a complex on themselves about being discriminated against.
Yeah.
You haven't felt that in the concrete way, have you?
I wouldn't say discrimination, but again, disadvantage.
Right.
You understand? And it's just something, when you come into the game, you have to understand. Once you're from the south, you're at a disadvantage. And I love my people from Vieux-Fort North. And even now, it's like a rallying cry, man. Let we go up and try to do something, because all right, I won. I did the defense. I didn't win. I won again, and this time I want to, successfully defend. So I'm calling the people in the south, man. Let we stream the music. Let's share the music. Let's go up together, because at the end of the day, we want to raise the name of the south. We want to show face of the south, because I feel, in my opinion, some of the most talented writers and artists I know, in terms of the writing skills, they're from the south.
Okay.
When you have guys like Prosper, Ali Cat, you have a lot of good lyricists in the south. You have good musicians in the south. Very, very good musicians. You have guys like Monty Maxwell, Shomari Maxwell. All these guys are very, very good musicians. So we do have and we have people who are interested in the thing. The Margie Grounds can take a very big show. They can take a very big crowd. So why not bring one of the aspects of the competition?
There's precedent.
Yeah.
The Soca Monarch finals was held when Yadi won was at the Shack in Beaufort.
At the Shack, okay.
The Soca Monarch finals were held there.
Yeah.
So precedent. The Calypso didn't work so well. They brought it the semis there, kind of flops and struggled. Hardly anybody from the south.
Yeah, Calypso.
And then of course people will tell you, let's be fair, the South Calypso tent has to hold its shows in the north.
Yeah.
So that tells about the support. But maybe you're saying for Soca might be a little different.
Yeah, I think it will be different for the Soca, because at the end of the day, the names that are in Soca Monarch finals usually are the names that are on shows where people come out. People come out to see. But I think we need to do some kind of revamp in the south. I think we need some major sponsors. In terms of the person's investors, should I say? Investors in the south, to invest in the stuff that's going on in the south. You understand? Because we have good vibes, man, in the south. We have you watch places like Rosemary stand to pop. We have that little free up Wednesdays on the beach. With Brothers Cuisine. I think these things can be marketed on a way. You just remember Grocery Friday night. Almost every ad you see of St. Lucia being advertised, you will see a clip of Grocery Friday night. So I think we can do the same for these fets like Rosemary.
So the South must sustain, because what's the tea cuisine and what the Miku?
Tea cuisine, tea cuisine was a vibe. Started well. So
the South need to support it.
Yeah,
too,
the South need to support it. But I think after the time Jeremiah mentioned Rosemadine in the house, that even blew up even bigger, because at Rosemadine you will get persons from
all strata of society,
Soufre, come in there. So I think we can really develop that with the right approach.
Rosemadine, for our listeners, a popular spot in Monrepo.
On a Thursday.
It's on a Thursday. Sly, your ambition, we spoke a lot here. It's a raging debate yesterday about exporting the music, our music getting out. You haven't quite burst on the regional and international scene yet. How great are your ambitions for that, and your actual plans and strategy for that?
Well, that's a concern for us, and because I sat and analyzed it, and I'm saying, like, how many of the artists we have who win competitions like Soca Monarch, both Groovy and Power, who would you say is a big name regionally?
Right.
We don't have many. I don't know what. I'm yet to understand what the issue is. If it is an issue with us as the artists not marketing ourselves properly, or is it that we don't have the proper support from the influential players in the game, to really reach out. And when you see guys like Teddyson John, you have Teddyson John, who is a very, like, he'll pull a show in Trinidad and, he'll get good support. He has good connections, good network, with the other guys there. You have guys like Moto, the prominent names in that. But I'm saying predominantly the guys who win, like Ricky T, like Arthur, are these names, the big name, like myself, I'll even include myself. Are we names that in Trinidad where you go and people can say, yeah, I know about Sly from St. Lucia.
First distinction, Sly, it is a truism of the industry that winning Soca Monarch is not a gateway and a guarantee for your music being exported. As you said, you conceded Soca Monarch is you build a song for a certain purpose for the night. As I was said it before, is build it for that night. Right. So that's one. And so you must marry to and balance also your material, maybe other material or that same material, tweaking it to make it exportable, because the Soca Monarch is very parochial. It is for that night. And the more it effective on that night, the better for you for winning that title. But beyond that, your music must be saleable and get that out there.
I agree.
Our artists not trending as much. Even the Teddyson John, the Ricky T, and so even more to the last 2 years have been quiet, very quiet for us out there. So you no doubt you'll keep working towards getting. Of course, one of your biggest songs, a fantastic song we'll play in a while, but even it refers a lot to St. Lucia and St. Lucia Carnival. That must be mindful of a little tweaking when you go out there, because it wouldn't have the same connection.
And I think that Arthur took a page in that when he did Thank God That I'm a St. Lucian, and he changed it into West Indian to give it a more regional appeal. Excuse me. And I think these are some of the aspects of it we can look into. You understand? And I believe that our artists are good enough. I believe our artists good enough, because when you listen to the quality of the music compared to the other islands where music is big, and in terms of their level of performance, I think Ricky T is a fantastic performer who can perform on almost any stage in the world when it comes to what he does. You understand? But I don't know what it is that we cannot infiltrate. Like our
keep working, and the new approaches in the marketing and the networking. Here's a simple reason. When I was director of the CDF, we ensured then at the time, Thaddeus laughs about it, every artist was physically in Trinidad. We raised funds, got sponsors for them to be there. The networking, so Bungie Garling is a friend to all these artists. Kurt T, Penn, Ninja Dan, Manchus, Nicole, everybody went. We sent about 16 artists to Trinidad every year. We got small gigs in clubs and things. Few got big gigs. Alpha, but they knew the players. That's important. Music industry, networking. We are not got big because of the same networking. Your uncle knew somebody, your aunt knew somebody. Remember? So the networking is very important. You cannot not be. Nerdy has not been physically in Trinidad and Tobago. How would you explain that our Soca Monarchs not being in the giant mecca of the melting pot of the industry? That's where all play. Every promoter is there, every DJ is there. You meet people, and so they know Sly. Bungie ought to know Sly as a personal friend. You WhatsApp him, and that's what needs to happen. That's what industry works. And so our lack of physical presence. And Barry Hype says this every year when he comes here. You have to represent. Get there. You must be there.
Yeah, man. I think it has to do with like you say, networking. The networking. I think we need to, and even though we network sometimes, I think we do use it the right way. You understand? A lot of us sometimes we get the links with the guys, but we just really let's make a song together. Like just making a song together with an artist, like I do think it's enough. Like with that saying, out of sight, out of mind. You could have the song playing in Trinidad, but where are you to show your face and see for people to see, okay, that's the guy singing that song with Bungie. Okay, that's the guy singing that song with Voice. That's the guy singing that song with Kes.
You must be there. I saw the respect. I mean, I was doing an interview with Marshall a few years ago, waiting on him. And he was at Penn's studio during a daybreak, and I saw the camaraderie. I mean, Penn, and there's a point, Penn and Cutty. I was in Trinidad with them a number of years, and almost making the point in our little St. Lucian parlors, looking at everybody sought them out. Cutty was making the point. He's not rushing to go to Marshall or Banji or Fayan. They were seeking him out. I mean, the friendship was so solid and the respect so great.
Yeah,
so
true.
that I mean, Penn and Cutty have mastered it.
And that guy as international Stephen as well has good links with these guys. And I mean,
he's a Trini, so that's not surprising.
That conversation will. I mean, I don't want to say open a can of worms, but like it's if we having a conversation that we want to see our product improve, we have to state the facts and put all the facts on the table.
Be real and frank.
You know, we have some people who have the ability to create these links, but sometimes they don't reach out to you in a sense of like, you know, create that avenue for you, create that gateway for you. That's why we come up with the term gatekeepers, you know, and that's a common term in the conversations of artists, like
the industry. That's an industry term,
just the industry normally. You know, so there are persons who have the links and the ability to make these links happen, but you know, are you availing yourself as the artist? What relationship do you have with them? All these are things that impact the ability to network.
But you know, Vaval Central not only talk Iowa, you have it lined up. We go in attachment and then Kabi leaves. We're going to the short break and come back with Sly. Staying with Sly, you're listening to our reigning Soca Monarch, the man with one of the biggest hits ever in St. Lucia history, Don Proud Lucia. And we're coming back. Sly will be running through some more of his thoughts and preparation for this season, not letting out any secrets, right, Sly?
Yeah, man.
And then we're running through attachment and Kabi leave.
I'm feeling for something special, something tasty, something smooth. When I think about all the flavors I can savor, I gotta have Farron's ice cream.
I wanna have, I need to have a flavor that makes me glad. But the way I feel, it must be Farron's ice cream. Chocolate coated ice cream bars, creamsicles I gotta have. Give me some fat-free yogurt, I need
Farron's ice cream.
Farron's ice cream.
It's so delicious. Farron's ice cream. Farron's tastes so good. Farron's ice cream. Whoa, I gotta have it. That's only the best will do.
Farron's ice cream, bringing back delicious memories.
All right, you're locked into Vaval Central. Vaval Central on the Caribbean Sound is sponsored by the Carnival Planning Management Committee, the Carnival Music Management Committee, Creamery Novelties, Harris Paints, the Computer Store, Quartz, Bringing Value Home, and Grace Tropical Rhythms Juices.
It's the National Primary Schools Calypso and Soca Competition, June 5th from 9:30 a.m. at the Mindu Phillip Park. A day of fun and entertainment for the entire family. Tickets are $20 for adults and $10 for children. Don't miss this celebration of youth, talent, and Lucian Carnival spirit. June 5th from 9:30 a.m. Feel the vibes, embody the spirit. Lucian Carnival, nothing sweeter than that.
Who's a little man with a lot to offer? He is the Harris-Benz man who sells the best for less in so many colors. He is a Harris-Benz man for a better pay and a better price. Check the little man for some soft advice. If you're raining inside, outside, you'll be satisfied when you use Harris-Benz. If you're raining inside, outside, you'll be satisfied when you use Harris-Benz.
Experience Carnival with Quartz Ready Cash. Enter to win $10,000 cash when you take a loan for $3,000 or more. Get the cash to purchase event tickets and costumes. All you need to apply is your ID, payslip, recent job letter, proof of address, and 2 references. No security required. Flexible payment terms, quick approval, and hassle-free. Visit us in-store or apply online at www.quartz.com. Quartz Ready Cash. Ready when you are. Promotion ends June 30th, 2025. Normal criteria and special conditions apply.
And we're back, Vaval Central in the Caribbean Sound. Teddy?
Yes, we're about to go into Sly. We will stand for that one. You'll stand for
Yeah.
Adjust your phone, Sly, on the live. The next thing I see you on the live.
Yeah.
Have you seen you?
Yeah,
on the live. Rosemary, before you go, Rosemary Paris has been helping us make a final pitch to people how they could join your band, where they could reach you.
We're located at Constellation Lodge, that's Block X, Aquarius Crossing, or the Mascam Brewery Orchard, Grocery. We also look on Facebook, R&E Junior Carnival Band, and Instagram, R&E Junior Carnival Band, Rosie and Earl Carnival Band.
Right. All right, Rosie, we support you. We'll be back here with your costumes.
Yes.
I see you liking the discussion. As an honorary Trini, you know how the industry runs now. You ready, Sly?
Yeah, man.
Have them?
For sure.
All right.
We're running no attachment.
No attachment on Vaval Central.
We like.
Bim bam bam biddy biddy. Miss Lady, yeah. Oh, start whining. Know what?
Big up everybody on the live. Yeah, man. Steady live. Level vibe.
Hey, she give me a kiss at the bumper and she tell me don't get attached. I tell she, I hope you don't stop there when you see how I bust your back. Then I make she bend over and I grab onto she one plat. While I took in, she turn and tell me she plan to end what I start. Then next day, 15 likes and I get one follow. Boy, I feel like I catch that bird. We set up the link and she tell me tomorrow. Hey, she say relationship is a no-no. Why? Tell him why. Because at the end of the day, what she say? Don't want no attachments, no. We don't want no attachments, Lord. We don't want no attachments. We don't want no attachments. That's my favorite part of the song. Listen, I can see when the party over, she going home in my ride. Cause the way we wine with each other, a pressure build up inside. Everybody start watching, but shorty still don't play shy. So I grab round she waist, kiss by she neck. Her friends start giving me eyes. Then next day, 15 likes and I get one follow. We set up the link that she tell me tomorrow. She say relationship is a no-no. Somebody drop some flames in the chat. Drop some flames in the chat. Let we go. We don't want no attachments, no. We don't want no attachments. Vibes. We don't want no attachments. We don't want no attachments. Just imagine you on the road. Let we vibe. Hold somebody, let me vibe. This morning we outside early. You don't stop there when you see how I bust your back. Then I make she bend over and I grab onto she one plat. While I took in, she turn and tell me she plant somebody flames, let's go. 15 likes and I get one follow. We set up the link and she tell me tomorrow. She say relationship is a no-no. Because ladies on the road is down and trouble, you tell him this. We don't want no attachments, Lord. We don't want one wine and leave. One wine and leave. Don't peg there. We don't want no attachments. But anyway, bang. And I get one follow. Instagram hot. Set up the link that she tell me tomorrow. She say relationship is a no-no. Why? Because at the end of the day, we don't want no attachment.
No attachments.
You want to the other big one, but from earlier, a big tune from we played early before you released the other one. Sly, that groovy thing you have it down pat, boy. That groovy.
That one that's my, in terms of all the songs I released in my career, I feel that one is the level where I really put out one of my best products, I think, in my opinion.
Attachment.
Of all my songs. You know, not no attachments, the next one.
The next
one. The next one, Can't Believe It. I feel, in my opinion, that's the level I want to make music at. In terms of the sound.
And people are very impressed with it. They say, another fellow thing, boy, that's the next level, boy. Another, you hear that Sly thing, boy? Another level, eh?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Let's go. Sly, that's the competition tune.
Yeah, man, that's the competition song.
Vaval Central.
Let's start this. Some man turn up the line array. It don't matter time of day. Can't stop it, can't even know. Payment people up in a bang. Bim bim, what we say? I want bring with him. It's Sly again.
What's up now, Mr. Carnival? You gonna believe this yet?
Hey, what we say? Listen this theory. I hear they say we exaggerate. The carnival numbers not accurate. Cause them can't believe it. Them can't believe it. How the road get shut down after 6, but all after the rebels on the street say them can't believe it. But no, them can't believe it. People outside from the sun come up, but when the night fall they don't want to stop. But them can't believe it. Them can't believe it. So I tell these guys stop spreading lies. They know. Pull up, man.
man. Teddy said pull up. That's the first pull up on live Vaval Central level. We gonna again.
Let's start this. Someone turn up the line already.
Hey, it don't matter time of day. Can't stop it, can't even know where. Beer my people up in there. Bring me them, what we say? I want bring with him. Hey, it's Sly again.
Bombs, we full of vibes to give. Let's make them believe.
Go check St. Lucia Carnival.
I hear they say we exaggerate. The carnival numbers not accurate, cause them can't believe it.
Oh God, them
can't believe it.
how the road get shut down after 6,
But all after 9 revelers on the street, cause them can't believe it.
How early we outside? How early we outside?
People outside from the sun come up, but when the night fall they don't want to stop, cause them can't believe it.
Hey!
Can't believe it.
So I tell these guys stop spreading lies. They know we can't even full of vibes and them
can't believe it.
Hey! But they go believe me when we touch the stage and people raising their flags. Higher. Somebody just wave a hand, wave a hand. Go believe me when they see how the young stadium get on ball. No matter what they try, they can't stop us. So tell them say we unstoppable. This carnival we outside, tell them we cause be a trouble.
Game madness in it, let them say we unstoppable.
We carnival phenomenal, phenomenal. So tell them say we
unstoppable.
This carnival we outside, tell them we cause be a trouble. Be a madness in it, so tell them say we
unstoppable. We carnival phenomenal.
We got Trinidad carnival, we got Trinidad. But you see St. Lucia?
Told them they don't know fet at all till them fet St. Lucian carnival and them can't believe it.
Them can't
believe it.
Hey!
We bring the rhythm, the vibes and the alcohol. Girls whining down on the bumper wall and them can't believe it.
Oh God,
them can't believe it.
Hey!
It's fet after fet, we just smash up place. We outside, we asleep for days and them can't believe it. Them can't believe it. All the vibes we bring them can't contend. We have energy more than them.
Hey, somebody drop them.
But they gon' believe me when we touch the stage and people raising their flags. Higher, higher, higher.
Yes, they gon' believe me when they see how the old stadium get on. Hey, we make them believe. Somebody 2 hands in here. So tell them say we unstoppable. This carnival we outside. Tell them we cause be a trouble. Be a madness in it. So tell them say we unstoppable.
We carnival
phenomenal, phenomenal. So tell them say we
unstoppable.
This carnival we outside. Tell them we
cause be a trouble. Be a madness in it.
So tell them say we unstoppable. This carnival phenomenal. We outside. We jump in.
And then the power soaker, nice one. You always catching slime that one. You want that one. You want to make a stamp in that one.
Yeah, that one always.
Yeah, you do
the
need
power.
Yeah.
Alright, Frost.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Frost. Let's go.
We've been drinking from morning.
We drinking from morning. Vaval Central Cup. Hey, yo islands. What? Tell them we full of vibes, man. We drinking responsibly.
We come to get frost.
What? We drinking. You cannot be sober in the mass.
Hey, we winding on bumpers on the grass.
We not stopping. We pressing gas. What we say?
We come to get frost.
Hey, you cannot be sober in the mass. We winding on Vaval Central. We at Vaval Central. Hey, what we tell them? Bang! The cooler pack of kill it can't even close. We drive a designated so we safe on the road. We still respect all the ladies with their bodies exposed. Cause it's woman, rum and music make them carnival shows. So put your drinks in your left hand, rocks in your right hand. I am the right one who could never drinks in your left hand, rocks in your right. Everybody now, let's go. From what? We drinking, you cannot be sober in the mass. We winding on bumpers on the grass. We not stopping, we pressing. We pressing that this morning.
We come to get frost.
Drinking, you cannot be sober in the mass. We winding on bumpers on the grass. Listen, hey. The rum have some fellas joking while the girls on their knees. Some breaking branches from trees just to wave in the breeze. If we damage your property, we paying the fees. If you plan to get frost, can you follow me please and put your drinks in your left hand, rocks in your right hand. I am the right one, I could never deny. Drinks in your left, rocks in your right. Say Lucia, let me see your hand again. Drink we drinking, you cannot be sober in the we winding on bumpers on the grass. We not stopping, we pressing gas. We plan to get you cannot be sober in the we winding on bumpers on the grass. We not stopping, we pressing gas. Hey! Although we drinking, we still follow the laws. Only when the mask done is when we taking a pause. If I don't make it home tonight, then baby rum was the cause. When I pull up in the morning, I go walk through the doors. Then with the drinks in me left, rocks in me right. I am the right one, could never deny. Drinks in me left, rocks in me right. RCI, we come to get. You cannot be sober in the. We want it on. We're not stopping, we're pressing gas. We come to get frost. You cannot be sober in the mass. We want it on bumpers on the grass. We're not stopping, we're pressing gas. Bang!
Yeah, boy. The great Sly boy. You think they'll beat Sly this year, boy? You think they can stop
after
Sly?
the licks I get last year, I'm not underestimating that. I don't do that again. I do that again.
You sit down here, you predicting, you analyzing. Sly wasn't in your prediction at all. Sly.
Nowhere at all.
A song about St. Lucia for Independence Day.
Yes, I like how I made them a mention. Why?
Let me tell you from first note, licks, you know.
Yeah, tell you on my list, you see my list. Sly ain't nowhere on my list. Why? Licks.
Talk about lights up the subway. In the VIP, then he crashes on. I tell you, there's 2 whole nights. The Sly just flattened that thing. I tell you what. Men bowling encore in a Suka Monarchy. No encore allowed. Men see what? Fellas tell me, I first see where he trembling backstage. Remember he told us on the program, it wasn't easy backstage at all. Things fly easy.
After the licks my partner again, after all I love you, after the licks you get, you say you are competing again, brother.
Yeah, but to me this year he's in with.
Yeah, he's taking a touch with Ricky.
Yeah, now that's one of the things that, I mean, competition again was never really my thing. Let me just say that fast. Yeah. But this year, this year to go up against the 2 goats, in my opinion, the 2 goats on the same stage with the same, like in the same song.
Afro and Rikiti.
Yeah, that's experience. That's skill. That's talent. And to go up against them, that one I looking forward to that one. I looking forward to that. Like I definitely looking forward to that. Inspiring, yeah, man.
It's actually bringing you. Your word to your fans as we end up, Sly, as we end up here this morning, your word to your fans and to St. Lucian lovers of Carnival.
Yeah, man. So big shout out to everyone who has been supporting the vibe. You know, everyone investing, all the bands, all the tents, you know, Calypso as well. Everyone making it possible for St. Lucia Carnival to be what it is. You know, I will continue playing my part by giving good music and representing the country on a level where I believe that soca music and St. Lucian soca music and Carnival can go to the next level. So shout out to everybody, you know, tuning in to the lives, you know, supporting the music, sharing the music, you know, everything to do with Carnival. Once you play a part in it, you know, you as well, my lady, big up yourself, you know, because we are the units that make the whole product. And I want to say, you know, shout out to everybody, you know, CPMC, CMMC, the Carnival, you know.
You're in the school tour too?
I did the school tour. I did the school tour with at Special Ed. You know, unfortunately, I can't do it all the time because of work. Because you know, the chief officer, big up yourself, Mr. Downs, big up yourself. You know, thanks for the time.
Downs, yeah, loud the culture, loud it.
I have to write a verse for him there because he said the police chief, I'm spitting lyrics. Why he don't have his lyrics yet? So
write a verse for him. Nah, we're really supporting it, and of course, you look like you enjoy yourself. And you like Vaval.
Yeah, man. Vaval Central is my thing. That's my vibe there.
Like
I like it.
You up your game when you come Vaval Central to come through. You know.
Yeah, man.
Sly, boy, big respect. You're a fantastic addition to the landscape in St. Lucia.
Yeah, man. Give thanks.
You're welcome. You've really helped to help be your part in raising the standard and pushing the envelope.
man.
And so, remember we saw a performance by you. I was the one who called you a few hours before at the launch of Jazz. I see what it's like. The idea was to bring in a foreign artist to end the launch of Jazz, the press launch.
Yeah.
Remember last year they had Romain Virgo, a surprise act. So when Patrice and them couldn't come, we called Sly, and Sly came down. Let me tell you, variety, versatility, from Earth, Wind and Fire to Afro beats, you know.
Yeah.
Sly, keep doing what you're doing, my brother.
Yeah, man, for sure.
The country and keep positive as you are. And Sly is a fella respect people, but respect himself, you know.
Yes, I.
Right, where you getting him to go out there? Just play Damn Proud Lucian. You got verse and chorus.
Proud Lucian,
verse and chorus.
Vaval Central on the Caribbean sound.
Where my St. Lucians? Where my proud St. Lucians? I can't sit for that song. I can't sit for that. Can't sit for that. Hey! With all the wonders in the world, St. Lucian's only meant for me and you. So much history to be told and so much more for eyes to see. The colors, feel the love. I can tell you all the way. Proud of it, proud of it. Somebody give me a light little wave in the chat. It don't matter where I voyage, it don't matter where I roam. Majestic people standing tall, they're guiding me back home. Raise your flags to skies above. I can tell you, you could be at work, you could be on a bus, you could be at home or wherever. So I could go up for Labor Day to feel all events and break away. I could take a trip to link up with friends and family. I'm coming back where? To my land of birth, to the place I love. Yeah. And no other island in the sun could ever replace you in my heart. And if I ever plan to leave, I go tell you from the start, I'm coming back to my land of birth, to the place I love. Disturb your boss now, disturb your boss and sing. Hey, well I am a say, represent the land where you from. I am a down proud Lucian, proud St. Lucian. We raising that flag high. I am a down proud Lucian, represent the land where you from. Big up everybody in the chat. Love y'all. Signing out. RCI. Big up yourself, your lad. Your boy Fly.
Yeah, man.
Moving forward.
Yes, what a fitting end on Vaval Central. Why you anything, man? You just cut the music on me there. He say enough. I now come and vibe. Do something else, boy. You're partner that, huh? Sly, thank you a lot.
Yeah, man.
We all head into the park. Pass run to the kids, man, Sly. In the park, Minduphila Park, the primary school.
Yeah. Imagine I worked with the contestant, competitor from Mikud.
Okay.
Mikud Primary, I did a few training sessions with him.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. We had a few hiccups. There had a few hiccups that was beyond our control, but I think he'll do well, man. I think he'll do well. Yeah. I there's a lot of talent.
Try and pass through for a few minutes. Just take a selfie there,
Yeah.
To give them some support, some strength, as we say.
Yeah, man. I saw that special ed. The special ed competitor, like I was surprised, man.
Yeah,
I was
he
like,
didn't make it, but he just
real good.
Very good vibe. All positive vibe, Iowa. We out tomorrow, boy. We march on the place. Tomorrow is before a big weekend, Kaiso and Soca. And the Soca going before the judges, the actual performance. So Soca artists like crazy here tomorrow, along with Carnival vibes on the final day for the weekend. Another week again. I was 3 weeks you doing that already. 3 weeks gone already.
Yeah.
Boy, you can't. The Vaval almost there. We go on, Iowa.
Thank you very much, Teddy.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much, Sly and
Rosemary.
Vaval Central on RCI is sponsored by the Carnival Planning and Management Committee, the Carnival Music Management Committee, Creamery Novelties, Harris Paints, the Computer Store, Quartz Bring Value Home, Grace Tropical Rhythms Juices.
It's the National Primary Schools Calypso and Soca competition, June 5th from 9:30 a.m. at the Mindu Phillip Park. A day